Hello everyone, I'm Tsurugi.
And I'm Kentaro.
Welcome to Gaming Tidbits.
A few episodes ago, I asked Tsurugi what he thought about anime and video games, and it actually got us thinking. There have been a lot of good and bad shows and movies based off video games.
So today, me and Kentaro are going over our top 10 TV shows and movies based on video games.
We will have some rules, such as they have to have a game about it before the show comes out.
Only one entry per franchise.
And they can't just be based off video games in general. They have to be based off of one specific game or game series. So that means no Code Monkeys, no Wreck-It Ralph, and no Reboot.
With that done, let's get things underway.
Hey, Tsurugi, what do you think of the Mario Brothers live-action movie?
We never talk about that movie. The sooner it's gone, the better.
Well, what if I told you that I found a good Mario movie, and it came out as an anime?
You have my attention.
Nanda? Luigi?
Super Mario, The Quest to Save Princess Peach. It's a story based off of the first Mario Brothers game. In the game, Mario witnesses Peach's being kidnapped. The next day, Mario and Luigi follow a dog who take him through the Mushroom Kingdom in order to save the princess.
The movie is very lighthearted and lots of fun. They even make fun of their own product placements.
Mario Ramen da!
But the ending is pretty forced. I have a puzzle for you.
Okay, what is it?
What has gentleman behaviors, a top hat, and loves a good puzzle?
Oh, that's Professor Layton.
Correct.
そう慌てるものではないよルク。英国紳士としてはね。
Here's a fun fact. Professor Layton series actually had a few movies inside of Japan, but only one of them was released worldwide. Professor Layton and the Eternal Diva.
The game series is a puzzle-solving game, with Layton and his apprentice Luke solving smaller puzzles in order to solve a bigger puzzle behind all of it all.
Here in the movie, they made the puzzles part of a live or die system of tests to decide who would get the big reward at the end. And, true to the games, they offer a bigger mystery behind all of it. Disgaea, the turn-based tactic game on the PS2, even received its own anime. For the most part, it follows the storyline of the game pretty well.
They even had a few filler episodes. One of them later became the idea of Disgaea D2.
However, the animation isn't always the best, especially when it comes to the monster characters like Prinnies or Hogmiser.
He's not fighting like he was before!
Of course not! You're facing the real Lahal this time!
They don't really move their lips that much when they talk.
But if you're a fan of the games, you'll certainly enjoy this. What do you get when you cross an environmental message in a kid's show and a hedgehog?
Easy! You get Smokey the Bear.
Really? Is that your answer?
No, but for the sake of the argument, how about you just say your answer?
The answer is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hang tight, Dale! We're using Warp 7!
Or, to be more precise, Sonic Sat AM, as it's called by the fans.
Oh yeah, at the same time that this cartoon was airing, there was also another Sonic cartoon going on. The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
What's worse is that while the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog tried to stick true to Sonic's roots with being fast, enjoying chili dogs, and defeating Robotnik, Sonic Sat AM took a more drastic turn, letting it be about Robotnik pretty much winning a war against them and Sonic and his friends trying to fight back.
There is some brightness to this though. This version of Sonic the Hedgehog is still going on today as a comic. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. I personally enjoy Digimon more than I enjoy Pokemon. The show is based off the adventures of 8 kids and their partners called Digimon, a short term for digital monsters.
The game it was based on were those little LCD keychain games. You know, the ones you could put onto your keyring and play any way you wanted to, as long as you had the proper light. You would train them, feed them, and battle other people. It was okay.
The anime was full of puns, but I enjoyed the show. It had a great narrative and even had some dark moments dealing with depression, trust, and even death.
You haven't won it all! What a waste of time!
Digimon! Ah!
TK, I'll come back again, if you want me to.
Let's face it, we all saw this one coming.
A show with a theme song so popular, it's ranked #1 out of all of the songs for the best breakup song.
Really? That's impressive. And a little bit confusing.
Well, let's talk about the game and the show.
Alright, the game is based on the concept of fighting and capturing wild creatures called Pokemon, or pocket monsters, training them to fight off against other Pokemon. Most of the time, you're trying to stop an organization and prove that you're the best trainer in the world.
The anime is based on the adventures of Ash, as he starts off on his Pokemon journey. He has been on this journey for a long time, about 2 decades worth, and he's still only 10 years old. There are an awful lot of cartoons and animes on this list. Are there any good live-action movies or shows based off games?
Well, there is one I can name. Gyakuten Saiban, or Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It was released only in Japan, but it is proof positive that a good live-action movie can be based off a video game.
The game is the first of its kind, a lawyer simulator. You have to go around the crime scene, talking to witnesses, other people, and find clues to prove your client's innocence.
The movie follows the plot of the first game, more or less. It couldn't fit all 4 cases into the movie, but it did manage to squeeze some of it into there. They do try to also squeeze in major plot points and characters, so that's good. Here's a new one to the list. This movie is a sequel to the game that it was actually based off of. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
The game takes place in the world of Midgard and follows ex-soldier Cloud Stripe as he joins a bioterrorist group called Avalanche. In the midst of this, a man named Sephiroth is planning to destroy the world because his mommy told him to.
The movie takes place a few years after the defeat of Sephiroth. Cloud has been contracted with a strange disease which is slowly taking over his body. There are also 3 new villains that come out of the woodwork. They want to become the next Sephiroth and destroy the world.
So, you mentioned watching Dot Hack Sai. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. The first game follows the adventures of Kite, and how he essentially gains the ability to scan and erase data inside the MMORPG called The World. The game continues on for multiple discs, sort of like Final Fantasy VII, 8, or 9. The only difference here is that you have to pay for each disc separately, and each game came with its own anime disc to help further along the story.
Was the anime the same as the game?
Well, sort of. There were 2 anime. One based on the actual MMO part of the game, and another based on the people who actually played the game.
Well, that sounds confusing.
Oh, it was. Now, before I go any further, I'd just like to introduce some of the honorable mentions.
Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon.
Where is Carmen Sandiego? Carmen Sandiego, where are Metapod!
What is the one thing that video games can do that no other medium can do in order to attract its people?
This running gag is getting old. Just tell us the answer.
Well, for this answer, it's that video games are interactive. So, how do you make a TV show more like its video game counterpart? You turn it into a game show.
Carmen Sandiego.
Just like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
The goal of the game was to track down the thief Carmen Sandiego and retrieve whatever it is that she stole.
PBS saw the idea and decided to turn it into a game show. Kids could actually win prizes of going through various countries, and overall the show wasn't all that bad. It had a catchy theme song, funny characters, and memorable moments. Well, that does it all for now, everyone.
Let us know what your favorite TV shows and movies were based off video games.
But for now, this is Gaming Tidbits, signing out.